then they're out, and then we move them around and we change the strength of them. I think in the end we tried to make it so that none of them felt like traps, but they you can definitely miss them when you're playing to kind of like set up the shot. And we wanted to make sure that like all the barrels interact with them, the enemies interact with them. So if you like punch an enemy and they turn into a corpse and jump on a spring, they get bounced into the air. Just because it looks great. Oh, yeah,
There we go.
yeah, perfect.
Ah.
One of the first ideas we had when we were concepting the speed and the game was that we were like, yeah, it's going to have multiplayer, and I want one character to uppercut the player, and then uppercut the enemy, and then the other player jumps in and punches them in the air. Because that's not something we've been able to see in another game, and it took Dan and Vince and the team here a long time to get the netcode to a state where we could get that experience, and it looks like we've got there. It's really fun.
Yeah, there's definitely like a bunch of dropping into and out of your patterns and combos. If I'm paying enough attention to where I am, I can kind of position advantageously for when you finally finish out. And stuff goes everywhere. Ah, I got out with that slow launch again. Luckily, you're hitting the combat stages early enough for me. Oh, that guy's still alive. Fix it.
Yeah, he's a troublesome one.
Ha! Who's slow now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I missed it, and I was like, ah!
Oh wait, what am I doing?
You're just lying down, taking a break. Ah, missed it. Nice. Go, go, go.
There we go. Run, 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 run! Oh man. So
we're really
moving
blasting through this one.
Oh yeah, no, we're doing way better in the Flooring League than I ever thought we were going to. Like we did like a couple in there, we unlocked the Flooring League, and I was like, all right, let's go just like get trounced by some like hard stuff, make it look really difficult. But like no, we are having a good time.
It's good. I'm just carrying you. That's why. Like I've warmed up now and I'm into it. I remember how to play the game.
How's your back doing?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, well done.
I really love that you have that soft start on it, where you can go before the word go. Get down here, stupid bug. There we go. I had to bring it down somehow.
Oh yeah! It's really difficult not to scream along with the bars.
Oh, don't let me stop you. Because frankly, it's really hard for me to just not like sing into the microphone, whistle, like have a good time with this. All right, so if we were gonna talk about this in terms of food again, I'm gonna pick your brain while we're fighting this time, instead of during the quiet menu sections. If you were gonna partner with any company to make that Speed Brawl cereal, like what cereal would you want to put your label on?
Oh man, what would that be? It would have to have some element of speed with it. That's the key thing. It's kind of like it's probably like Pop-Tarts. It's like Pop-Tarts with popping candy in them, but instead of popping candy, it's like some sort of gelatin material that actually has a small explosion going off in your mouth. you put it in the toaster, you slam it down, and it's like
boom, flavor.
Yeah, in your mouth. Wow.
Oh man, see, I was thinking something like Rice Krispie treats because it's like a race to the bottom of the bowl, but I like your idea way more.
That's way too sensible. Rice Krispies are sort of moderately healthy.
I mean,
you have to go straight for the bad stuff.
One of us is a creative professional with a published video game, and the other one is doing a stream right now. Like, I think you're probably the one who's more likely to land the pastry deal.
Honestly, it's 2018. Anything can happen.
You hear us, Kellogg's? Come on, get at me.
What?
We would like some explosive pastry. Oh no, her makeup's running. She's been crying.
Hello there.
Whoa, what up, Carl? This dude's got hair.
Yes, Carl's hair is fabulous.
Is he playable? Don't spoil it.
Know.
Don't spoil it, actually.
I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. You'll have to find out.
Oops, I don't think I wanted to skip that. Dang it! All right, we'll just.
That's also Eric doing Carl's voice.
Is that Eric?
Yeah.
So, it sounds like a man of many talents.
Yeah, he's pretty brilliant to work with.
See, a chance to evade an attack, and an even better chance to evade attacks while in the air. So that's just like inbound. It has just this passive, you might get a whiff. Yep. I'm guessing? Okay, cool. What do we got? Let's see, this one's a DPS up. Minor health, attack damage, and defense buff. I'm really liking Johnson with that bigger window. I'm gonna keep... Actually, I think Cassie doesn't need the thing. Sorry, I'm rambling about what I'm doing here.
The whetstone. But that's the whole point of, like, that's when I know that the menu system works. Because I've seen countless people, you talk to yourself and you're like, oh, maybe I want that, maybe I want that, I'm not quite sure. And it's like, that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, the item system really works.
I don't think I've used a fully charged dash attack this entire time, now that I've read the word dash attack, just as an aside. I saw you do it one time, and it was amazing.
Yeah, dashing is, it's definitely not something that we've seen in another game, especially that it doesn't just give you speed, it's an attack.
Yeah.
And it takes people a while to get used to it. Again, it's one of those things of that lens of speed and brawling, like, okay, this is a move, it does this, but can we make it do something else? And that is, oh, we'll make it an attack. So every tag's an attack, every dash is an attack, every punch is an attack. Yeah, it's really good fun. The other thing that like I'm really bad at is calling in the assists, because the assists are essentially like you get a free attack on a big enemy, and it's really, really cool for bringing your times down. But when there's two players, you've got two assists that can go off at the same time. So when you're fighting against bosses, man, you don't want to be landing all of that damage.
I've got a bunch of low-cost or low-value vendor trash. I'll sort through it some other time. 10 hits or more combo. Man, these are really hard to make decisions on. Ooh, I'll take that. That one will let me squeak out of more jams.
Yeah.
Bonus damage on the counterattack. I think I want to start trying to remember that I've got the specials on Y. Y and B is really natural for me to hit. My thumb just like falls on it, so occasionally I hit the wrong special.
Yeah, it's a funny one. It's the Y and B really comes from Tekken. So like in Tekken, you're using Y and B and X and A to do your throws or do your specials, and it felt really natural to kind of like map some of our like the special and the assist attack there. But not everyone plays Tekken, so there is some learning to do.
Let's hit that focus gauge too. I'm trying to favor sort of the bottom and mid sections of this so that people can go back between like me and maybe other streamers and see like where we have gone different ways on the tree.
Yeah.
Because it's
so much fun.
Definitely affecting like how much I'm having to concentrate on the game versus how much information I'm trying to pry out of you greedily. Ooh, the bull run. What's this? Ooh. Alright, let's do it. That sounds like a party. A very punch-themed party. Actually, I don't want to start with Bia. She's a little slow out the gate. She's a really good reserve character. But, like, I just need somebody to careen into position with. Which trail? Which trail? Let's go blue. Support my local college or something like that. You know, now that I can see the little sparkles on when you are getting the good hits, I really like Bia's mechanic. It feels so good to just start landing those expertly time after time after time, and watching stuff just rumple like so many tissues.
All right.
Ooh. Any art questions? Oh man, I have so many art questions. Let me hang on. Let me dig into a couple of those. So I've already asked Lee about this, but the genesis of this concept, like where your resources and where your references were coming from directly, like what media did you pull from for inspiration? Were you looking at historical photos? Were you looking at other intellectual properties? Where were you grabbing stuff from? Also, I think I lost you in the call, London Film Geek. I'm going to take a second and try to disconnect and reconnect and get you back here. Just make noise whenever you feel like it.
Pip, pip.
Oh, man. This guy has lost at least one arm. I also had more questions about just the general color palette, because you've managed to have this amazing combination of both sepia and these vivid pinks and blues that we've been seeing sort of a resurgence of from like the 1980s. So if you've got just an info dump for us, like please either point us to it or dump it here.
Oh, gross.
Fine, yes.
That's a really good bark. Flaccid corpses. So there's that wordiness that Lee was talking about earlier. He's got, man, a vocabulary. You might have to disconnect and reconnect, Lee. There's a little phone button down in the corner of the Discord window, but like I think I've definitely lost you. I know a guy who's trying to fix a technical issue right now. I'll pause for a minute and give you the shot. Oh, I gotta bring you back in. I forgot about that part. Are you there? Make noise at me. Oh no, what has happened to my Lee here? So I get the feeling that you can hear me, considering that you just took a shot at doing the activity that I had prepared for the class there. Let me figure out, make sure like Discord hasn't muted itself somehow or something in my volume mixer. You might consider just restarting Discord full stop and /or following through and making sure that like your microphone hasn't disconnected itself and forgotten that exists. Hang on, let me pop over to a hold screen and I will pause the show while we figure you out here. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has come out to come check out Speed Brawl. It is a super good game, and it is well worth your time and attention, just in general. Another thing I would like to... has fallen off. Quick reboot. Alright. I'll be watching out for you. But I'll take a minute, plug some of the stuff that we've got going on later tonight. Starting in... gosh, about an hour here, we have got Wobbly Python's Drawing Circus. which is me hosting an illustration-themed game show where we get 2 illustrators on the air, and we start bringing in a series of escalating prompts, we'll call it, which are submitted by you guys. If you type in !submit, like I'm doing right now, it's going to bring you to a form that lets you add concepts, ideas, characters, like really just any prompt that you want to a big hat that I pull out of during the show. And our 2 artists, Alexis Draws and Magica Jaffet, are going to have to do their own iterations of these concepts live, on air, on the same canvas. So if you're enjoying the show, please feel free to join us for that later. Like, it is a hoot. I have a great time putting it on, and I would like to do it more often. So I'm also accepting more illustrators. If you have a mouse, a computer, and some moxie, like, I would be more than happy to accept you on to draw some art one of these Saturday evenings. Just having a goofy time. Other things that we've got going on aside from Speed Brawl, which is, man, I'm having fun right now. But we've also got a couple of other provided keys coming up. We've got, I think it's Horizon Chase Turbo, Streets of Rogue, Super Lucky's Adventure, which is one that's a little bizarre. I'm excited to see that one. We've also got weekly drawing circuses. I know that all my descriptions say bi-weekly, but we've got one next week, we've got one the week after next, and then October is going to be filled with Spooktober specials. I've got some special artists, maybe ones you've seen before, maybe ones that you haven't. And we're going to be drawing a whole bunch of, like, sci-fi and horror movie references as that stuff goes. I'm also looking for subs, looking for follows. I'm looking to spread the show around, get more attention. If you guys know an indie game that you think would be an interesting thing or stand well to have more attention put towards, I would be excited to reach out to them, or even more so if you were to reach out on my behalf and try to bring them a little bit closer to us. That would be marvelous. Bring your friends. It's like, just play the drawing circus places. If you know a person who draws and you don't personally, let them know about it. I'm just looking to grow stuff in every direction, every which way. Oh, I'm going to take a second also and grab myself a glass of water during this downtime, because I have been talking and laughing and I just now realized how heavy that's weighing on me. So hopefully we'll be back with Lee for a bit more Speed Brawl to punch bugs and men in the face as equals. Eric, if you're still out there, I did have another question for you about some of these character designs. And that was the way that a lot of these characters carry their weight is sort of high on their model. Did you do that to accentuate a bunch of their posing? Oh no, Windows 10! Ah! That is a really inconvenient thing that Microsoft has decided to do. Just in general, I really wish they would let us kind of have control of our computers back. But at the same time, I understand their standpoint that there was a tremendous security hole in place as of, like, a bunch of people refusing to update anything ever because my computer should be perfect and is definitely not a living, growing, and evolving technology. It's... yeah, people do some silly things. Yeah, he should be popping back in here shortly, and then we will resume this Saturday afternoon Club Fest, wherein Cassie is the best, and we get to bounce off a bunch of walls, slapping everything that we possibly can. Oh, the question was, a lot of the character models are kind of like top-heavy, at least in this like early section. A lot of people are carrying a lot of muscle up in their shoulders. And I was wondering if you did that to sort of accentuate the length and weight of a lot of punches in the game. Are you there? I heard you make noise for a second there, Lee. Discord, why are you being this way? There you are! You're back! Oh, thank goodness. Oh no! 1 second. Alright, did that reboot do it?
Oh, it looks like you haven't updated your PC. Why don't you do that now? No. Did it anyway.
Because I'm busy, gosh darn it!
It's like, what? I'm playing Speed Brawl. Back off.
Step off, computer. This is Speed Brawl Town.
Back down.
Alright, let us resume. I think you're standing just in the center of the screen. Are you prepped and ready to go for it? You didn't go mute on me again, did you? Oh, come on. Discord, why you be this way? Ugh. Microsoft, come on, buddies. Yeah, I was noticing that some of these characters like really gave tells to their moveset that way. Oh, that's cool. So I think what keeps happening here is Lee's microphone keeps just totally disconnecting itself. Although I guess if his computer completely restarted, he's probably not loaded in here anymore. So let's continue slapping things until he pops back up in Discord. Jeez. It's okay, Eric. I really appreciated having you guys in. Even if I didn't manage to wrangle you both up on the microphone. Sorry, I'm also watching a different thing here, chat. Oh, geez. This is definitely highlighting how hard he has been carrying me, though. Ah. Oi. I am definitely not outputting enough damage, but we might still be dealing with, like, co-op balancing. Yeah, that's my technical problem music, and it's still going on as long as we're having this problem. The technical error is, I guess, my co-host now. Oh no. Heck! Oh well. I've had things go wrong on air before. I am no stranger to this sort of difficulty. So we're going to try running that again solo while we're waiting for, oof. Oh, that's a thing I wanted to ask, Lee specifically. I was wondering if there was interplay between these loss lines.
Pip.
Because I noticed that, like, with different casts, it presents different characters. I think. Ooh. We'll try that again solo and see if I can't put out a little bit more damage this time. I am very much enjoying the way this title works. Let's see, that was the Bull run, wasn't it? See, Genuine Brazen Bull. See what we've got for it, because I might just not be doing enough damage, because this is a side event.
I will not fail.
This is an extra chunk of game here. Grab a couple of the characters I'm most familiar with. Return to my classic pinks. Then hit some dudes.
All right.
Oh, there he is. He's popping in. Are you back this time for realsies?
Yeah, I am. I'm now using Discord from my phone. For some reason, my PC just does not want to work.
It just doesn't want to like recognize the microphone any longer.
Yeah, it's just like no microphone, no sound. Sorry.
That is entirely reasonable. Oops. I missed my thing there, so we're gonna disband this party. Oh wait, I guess we'll quit. Quit. Yeah, we'll get you back in here for a whole bunch more punching.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. So specifically, like with the technical issue, because I am a person who cannot help but try to diagnose it. Was the entire PC just forgetting that it was there, or?
Yeah. So the PC just sort of went, "Oh, hello, you need an update," and I was like, "No, I don't. Cancel." And then it dropped my microphone, and then it dropped my sound, and I went, "Okay, fine. I'll give you what you want, computer. It's okay. Let's do an update." And it did the update, and then it just fell over.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it's not great. But I'm back now.
It's alright, it managed to hold out for like a good 2 hours before Microsoft decided that you shouldn't be able to promote your game on Twitch anymore. We found a workaround, and I gotta ask, like, Apple or Android?
Oh, Android.
There we go. With that kind of versatility in your pack, wouldn't expect it any other way.
Yeah, it has to be Android.
Yeah, I sent you an extra invite, so you should be getting that here shortly.
Okay, yeah, I'm just booting the game now.
Okay. Yeah, I started to think that something had gone terribly wrong when I got to like my second round of stuff that I'm doing.
I was playing so fast I actually like speed zoned into a different parallel universe.
Just completely split yourself off from the timeline. This is what happens when you're playing with your experimental Cassie builds, okay?
Yeah.
Gotta settle down. You just don't need the coffee or caffeine or anything.
No, not at all.
Boop. Now that you're booted into the game, I should be able to just ping you that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
So, I am a person that it is occasionally difficult to motivate to like play a game in single player. So the fact that this game does so well in co-op, because you're up in Canada, I'm down in like the US, and we're crossing international borders with this thing, but like the game still runs super smooth, super fast. There's not a lot of like weird latency, I don't think, for you.
Yeah, the netcode was a really important thing to get right, and I think that they've managed to get it like working really, really well. Although to be fair, I think I just uninvited myself from the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I was watching the feed. You joined. You left.
Yeah, I joined. I left. It's all drama over here.
You took one look in here and went,
Yeah, I was like, nah, not doing that. Now if I go to there. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I should magically be appearing.
Poof. I said poof. There it goes.
Pew! There I am. Ah, great. There we go. I'm now back in the game.
Let's try that bull run again.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't know if I was doing enough DPS or if it still retained like the. I assume there's like 2-player scaling. You talked about that with Andy, right?
Yeah. There's definitely some 2-player scaling going on. We basically up the HP. We I think we may add some more attack tokens as well. So it's not just one enemy attacking all the time. There's multiple enemies. I don't know the exact way we do it, but then that's probably a good thing that I don't reveal.
Yeah, I feel like that would be information that is a little too dangerous to give to the community this early on, at least.
Yeah.
We're gonna get speedrunners for this game, and they are going to be absolutely nuts, just because the game itself is.
Yeah, once you've unlocked all of that kind of later game content, the feeling of the speed is going to go up, the amount of damage you're doing is going to go up, but also your understanding of the mechanics of the game are at a level where you can just do crazy things in Threepenny that you, up to that point, just didn't realize.
Are we gonna have no? You know what? No, I don't want to spoil that for a different game out there for anybody who would be playing it fresh. But are there like secret mechanics that I'm just not cognizant of that are here the whole time?
Yeah, there's a few. Like we sort of spoke about the dash being something that's non-typical in a game like this. So, oh look at that, I was focused. We picked exactly the same color, and I was like, oh no, there's lag. Oh no, wait, I'm just looking at your character, not my character.
I was having that moment as well. I was standing down there punching the rock, and I was like, I wasn't requesting that I do that.
It's just Ebba's two-tone hair. It's like, I can't avoid it. I'm like, oh yeah, I must have it. It
Oh,
looks
it's
so cool.
so good. Ah, what am I doing?
There we go.
I'm thinking too much about hair. If you ask some of the guys that I stream with a little more regularly, like, that's not an uncommon problem to be having with me.
Yeah, you're just too focused on what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way too into the aesthetic of the thing, like, Wobbles, the party's on fire, we need you to do the thing. Yeah, but look at how cool the fire looks in this game.
Yeah, look, I can set myself on fire. It's really cool.
Look at the way he flails. I wonder if that's like a canned animation they found somewhere and like applied to the model, or if they like did that frame by frame, recorded in house. I don't know.
Boom, boom. There we go.
Ah.
Ooh.
I'm not interfacing super well with a couple of these enemies.
Yeah, so the kind of the glowing blobs that you have there at the bottom, they sort of explode after you punch them for the first time.
Yeah.
Like actually, everything red has like flame attacks and is likely to explode in your face if you don't kill it completely, or if you like just tag it once. Oh, there we go, we got it. Boom, boom.
There we go. We did a lot better that time.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I got you.
Thank you. I didn't realize that was me.
Hey, you're dead. Yeah, so you were saying about kind of like mechanics that sort of aren't obvious. So we have the dashing, the kicking off the wall, all of these sort of like non-typical, I mean, they're sort of non-typical in platform games as well as brawlers. So we wanted to make sure that we gave, you know, cues in the environment to think that you could use them. The ramps is one of those things. There's another little trick which is cool, is like, you may not have touched the right stick at all, but if you do, you will find that there are attacks matched to that as well.
Really?
So like, so
oh,
now
yeah.
I can run with Eva, and I can do my down and an up, like a little flick, which basically gives me a sort of a down attack and then an uppercut to kick them up into the air for a juggle.
It's funny that we're demoing this while playing identical characters.
Yeah, so which makes everyone's like, what's going on? It's like the Eva sisters.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh, I wonder if that's going to be its own speedrun category. Same palette percent.
That's brilliant. Play the game in the most optimally confusing way, and you get a trophy.
You should introduce an option that just makes all of the effects scale by 300%. So it's just everything is exploding all the time if you're doing anything.
Amazing.
Oh, there we go. I got some Cassie damage.
Oh yeah, you got some. Those articulated razor claws are nice.
Oh, damn it!
One of the things that I'm really enjoying about this is Jack Townsend's voice is so much smaller than his body.
Yeah, he's a funny character. Because like you see him and you expect like, oh, I'm going to be a big monster. But we played around with Jack a lot, and we had maybe 3 or 4 people voice it. I tried a voice for him, but it was a bit too similar to Red. And in the end, it's actually a friend of mine, James, who's he's a visual effects supervisor. So like like he did weird things. Like he will have done the face replacement on Superman is like the job he does for his day-to-day basis. And he's the voice of Jack Townsend, and he's a very like funny English man, and he has that I'm sorry, blustery sort of Hugh Grant style voice to him. And I was like, I'm just going to try him as Jack, just to see if that contrast works. And it actually works really well. He's a very mean, spiteful, horrible character, but he has this very small, meek, mouse-like voice, and I love it. It's really funny.
I was really enjoying that. Like, he's clearly trying to be this large, something. Wow, that's an attack value increase. 3-fold? Good enough.
Yeah, just do that.
I wonder, do I have any slightly better Ebba gloves? Maybe that's what's bringing my DPS down. To the shops!
Yeah, let's go! Spend my money!
Oh boy, I got so much of it. Man, some of this stuff is outrageously expensive. I assume that's like lap 2.
Yeah, so the costing of those higher level items, we wanted to make them available to the player, like especially if they were kind of having a difficult time, or they just it's also nice to have items to aim for, so that you're not just like, oh, I'm just going to bank all this money and do nothing with it. There's a risk-taking chance. It's like, oh, I'm going to spend all my money on that because I think that's going to give me something. And if you're the type of player that's going back and trying to get gold for every single trophy before you pass on to the next level, it's a sort of a gimme for those type of players. It's like, yeah, you can earn some of the more interesting equipment without having to go to the latter parts of the game. It's just another one of those like weird things we did to make sure that different players who play it in different ways can get something out of it, and you're not like locked in your progression because you're focusing on golding everything.
That is a really sweet thing for you to do, to consider those guys that just like gotta get gold on it, and they're just going to replay it time and time again, despite the fact that you can definitely come back with better tools later.
Yeah, I'm one of those irritating Mario players where whenever I play a new Mario game, it's like I do not play the next level until I've golded and got the 3 secret stars and got the green star and, all in one.
One of those guys who's just really fun at Mario parties.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, didn't do it properly. Stop. Go back. Yeah, everyone gets bored and turns off.
See, I'm really liking the color contrast in these trails.
James, my friend who voices Jack, has literally just WhatsApped me and just been like, I sound like Hugh Grant. What? So he's watching somewhere.
Well, welcome to the stream, my dude. And if he would like to,
nice.
If he would like to join us, he can just walk into the room with you and like stand next to the phone. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, all right. Foolish brawlers.
Should be cackling maniacally. Please tell me that even if it's removed, there is a maniacal cackle line.
Yeah, there's lots of maniacal cackling.
Not again.
Good.
Meld. How dare you?
As hard as bleeding nails. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's see. It's easier when your friend brings a friend also, so you got like a whole bunch of friends.
Yeah.
These 4-man races, you know. Ooh. Oh, I was just like a frame early.
Like, I don't know if you've noticed as well, but if you get the speed boost, we auto-fill your stamina. So you get, like, basically, however many stamina bars you get, all pre-filled for you.
I did not notice that.
Ah, that's another one of those kind of, like, small little things that's hidden in there. Nice, let's go.
Moving, 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 moving. What the? Oh.
I missed it.
Oh!
Yeah, we almost both disappeared down that hole then.
It was a very good hole.
Oh, Carl's back.
Oh, hey, Carl. Ah! Oh, no. He hits really hard. It's almost like he's
Carl
a
is,
professional.
It's almost like he's the Flooring League's #1 brawler.
Weird. I don't know why you would think that. Where am I? Oh, there I am. See if I can hit the Flooring League's #1 brawler with a barrel. Oh, I keep forgetting that I have to, like, push in the direction of. I'm so used to those ones that, like, cheat and attach you. But that's the kind of, like, learned bias that this game will definitely work you through.
That's so true.
Title of your sex tape. It was a good hole.
Sometimes I feel like I've spent too long with Dan and I broke him. When I first met Dan, he was a very sweet and kind of gentle person, and then he spent so long with me, my foul language and my weird, like, quirky Victorian dictionaries of slang. I've broken him somewhat. And now he's leaving sex tape comments.
You didn't just, like, lock eyes with him one day and go, "Look, man, we don't have time to be innocent, all right?"
Yeah.
Ah! Man, you're pointy!
Yeah, those spikes are kind of mean.
Yeah, I kind of didn't want to touch it, just, like, on principle.
They, I don't think they do this anymore, but we used to have it so that they sort of run away from you and then run at you really, really fast to attack. And we found that players would just spent 10 seconds just trying to catch up with them, and it was like, okay, yeah, this isn't fun.
There we go. I got a really good counter off on that guy. I'm going up. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. It's alright, I got it. Got him.
Nope, not yet.
No.
There we go. Got him that time. Oh, jeez.
Little baby ram horn.
Multiple of them. Oh, jeez. Alright, I like that I can punch this one in the face, and it's at least moderately effective. If not,
Yeah,
great.
you can kind of, you can get your Beer's sweet spot actually will break through the armor and attack him in the middle, but you've really got to nail that attack. Ooh, come on. Damn. Ooh.
And here I was starting to stress about that time, but apparently you think it's great.
I think it's okay, yeah. I think we've done alright.
I mean, we're under 2 minutes per go, like, even if run 3 makes it hard. Whew. These legs.
I think we've got this. I think we've got this.
Well, unless Carl shows up again, that guy's a jerk. I mean, he's basically a much fancier Sanji from One Piece.
He's super fancy.
But all that matters is what's he cook like.
Carl doesn't eat. He doesn't cook. He's exclusively cooked for.
Oh.
He has minions and slaves that do his bidding.
Ah, Carl, no! Jeez, he just interrupted my thing here.
He's a meano.
Man, you aren't kidding. Oh, you're already gone too, aren't you?
Yeah. I
Wow.
got that, unfortunately.
Wow! Wait, you bugged out? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can see, I'm sort of still there, dead on the screen.
Oh,
Is
you're
that your Johnson? Oh,
you're-
that's your Johnson, isn't it?
totally gone on my side.
Yeah.
Well then, let's...
Try and restart that, see if we can get it up.
Yeah, definitely. We'll hit that restart.
I just keep looking at my PC now like I've done something, I've just broken something.
No, it's Microsoft's fault, don't worry about it.
Dan's going to be really mad at me on Monday. He's going to be like, oh, you don't know how to use a PC.
We had one promotional event. Don't worry, that's just going to be the only highlight that I make from this entire thing. 3 hours of hanging out with the Speed Brawl devs in a marathon session, and the only thing that we get is like me promoting myself and staring at a blank screen.
That's totally fine. We can live with that.
Whoop, there we go, bonk.
Oh, that's it. See, that's the magic when it's like both of you up in the air, just laying into one of the enemies. It's really nice.
There we go. Now I'm feeling like I got a little bit better control again. It comes and goes. You know, sometimes I really feel like I'm landing every punch I'm throwing. Other times, I'm sort of flailing about.
It's especially pronounced with Beer and Johnson when you switch from a very fast character to a much slower character. Like sometimes your like hands just don't adjust, and you're like wailing away and bashing the button, but you just don't have the speed to play like that. So you have to slow it down.
Yeah, I got a counter on Carl. Then I got kicked in the face.
That was nice.
Then I got kicked in the face again. You know, stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right, that thing that I can do. Whoa! Whoa! What?
Cass's ultimate isn't just for hitting people very,
Cass
very
is
fast.
the best! Whoa! Woof. Yeah, I'm definitely doing a slightly better job. Ah, come on. I started to form words, and that was the problem.
Yeah, don't have a thought, obviously.
Yeah, don't think, just punch.
Yeah.
Oop. Oh no, I fell down the pit. I was unconscious at the time. It's not entirely my fault. It's just mostly my fault. There we go. Oh, these things, that's right. This happens.
Ah, missed him.
Wow, okay. Oh no! I managed to save myself, don't worry. Oof, maybe I should have started taking some of these health options.
Yeah, from Florin onwards, it's definitely gonna. The game moves up a skill level.
I love that you beat this thing that was at one point a boss, and it's just like, yeah, have another one, no fanfare, nothing. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go. We got it. We got it.
Man, it's rough.
Ooh. Yeah, look at our energy levels. They're really low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Florin League hard. Me not think am do so good. Wild punch. So the Speed Brawl opening theme song is like a really well produced, like highly constructed thing. Like, how did that thing come about?
It's something like I love Bond movies. That notion of like having like a cold opener and then you have like this kind of bombastic song that's going to set the tone for the whole game. I've always loved that, and I love it when movies have. They just give you this credit sequence, and it basically transitions you from living your normal life, and then you're inside the world of the film. And quite a few video games do it, but I really, really appreciate it. It's like, hey, you just got off the metro and you had a shitty day at work. Now we're going to sort of like break you into this world, and you get this song, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm in it. Oh, Carl, absolutely, totally nailed us there.
Yeah, there was a point in there where I was kind of watching everything flying while you were talking, and I was like, oh, there's a Carl in there. Oh,
this is gonna be easy. Yeah.
That's why that hurts.
Yeah. So I really wanted to kind of make sure we had this sort of cold opening with like a big thing that set the tone for the player, set the tone for the game, and it was really interesting because we produced that about probably, I think we kicked that off like July last year. So we've had that trailer, and we've been sitting on that trailer for almost a year. And every once in a while, I'll sort of like break it out at a party and be like, hey, do you want to see what the opening movie for the game is? And I'd show people, and their eyes would just be like, oh, wow, amazing. And it was really this kind of, like I said, it's setting the tone, and it really set the tone for that last year of development, because everyone knew what we were heading towards. It's like, we want a game that feels like this. It's this loud, it's this bombastic, it's this bright, it's this punchy. And I had a ton of, actually, after the stream I'll share with you, I have a Spotify playlist of all the potential title songs. And it runs the gamut from like, some of the stuff that's in Rocky. There's a movie called Streets of Fire, which is kind of this weird musical slash grungy action movie from the 80s. And there was a song in that called Going Nowhere Fast. And I was like, yeah, I really want it to be Going Nowhere Fast. And it's about being a kid and not really having any power. And everything you want to do quickly, but you've got to slow down a bit and take life in. And then in the end, Invincible was really cool because it's in this 1986 movie called The Ballad of Billie Jean, which stars Helen Slater from Supergirl. And I hadn't seen the movie for ages, and I watched it and I listened, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, I remember this song. This is awesome. And played it to everyone in the office, and they were like, okay, yeah, this is fun. And then we went to Vibe, and we were like, this is what we want to do for the teaser. This is a rough outline of what the trailer's going to look like. Can you give us a 90-second version of this track? And they delivered something, and we were like, yeah, this is really cool, we like this. And then we, Kim Richardson, who's kind of like a fairly big gospel singer here in Montreal, she's a friend of Eric's dad, and we just sort of said, would you mind coming in and doing some vocals? We had no idea like how much like people charge for vocals. And she came in and just blew it out of the park, and we were like, oh yeah. So now actually in the game when we're selecting characters and they say like, Ebba, Bia, that's Kim, who sang Invincible for us for the title track.
Really?
Yeah. And she has that amazing sort of like earthy speed brawl.
Oh, that's rad.
From, I don't know if you've ever seen the Cannonball Run, which is like a kind of a movie from the 70s about car racing. But this has this amazing song called well, it's basically like Cannonball, Cannonball, and then it breaks into this country and western vibe. But it's got this black soul singer on it going like, ooh, yeah, Cannonball. And I've always just been in love with it. So it was like, yeah, let's stick that in as well. And that's how we ended up with the Invincible song for the game.
Man, it is really good. Like, I've been jamming out to it a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of the kind of cool things. Some people really love it. Some people are just like, huh? It's actually used in the final episode of Glow on Netflix.
Really?
But we'd bought the rights to use the song. We'd re-recorded it. We'd done our trailer, and then I saw it used in the final episode, and I was like, no! But I think it works. I don't think our crossover with Glow is so huge that everyone's going to think we copied it, but we very didn't. It's just a really good song.
If anything, you've managed to do... Sorry. You've managed to, yeah, sorry. That opening is really important, so I can just barrel into some spikes head first.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a bottom. No, your opener as your trailer really did something that a lot of games do not do for me. I am very, very turned off when I show up to a trailer for a game and it's not like actual hands-on gameplay. But there's something about this game where simultaneously, I just immediately knew that, no, this is what the game is like. Like, I can already tell that...
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest... obviously, when we kind of put out the tease and we put out the launch trailer, and you just get these endless comments of like, oh, no gameplay, I'm not buying this game, fuck the devs, why are they doing this, I need to see gameplay. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to have a trailer that basically told you everything you're going to be doing in the game is in this trailer, and it's just presented in a sort of a slightly more unusual way. And there's a YouTube comment actually where someone said, yeah, well, unless in this game I can swing on a pole and kick an alien in the head and then drop down on the floor and surf, I'm not interested. Guess what? You can do that. You can do it. That's why it's in the trailer.
Take that, anonymous YouTube commenter.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I usually keep that to myself, you know, just prudence and all that, but like, I have that thought oftentimes where like you're watching these...
I think it's common. People, like, there's so many of these cinematic trailers, and it sort of happens in indie as well, and you kind of like go, oh, you weren't able to get that feeling into the game, but it's very much a part of where the game idea came from, so I know why you wanted to put a trailer out like that. But it was really important to us that we lived up to the hype, and we lived up to that promise, because that's what a trailer is. It's just a promise. It's like, you want to follow this, you want to look at this, you want to spend some time with this, you're going to have this sort of feeling. And yeah, that's why we went in that direction. But believe me, we second-guessed ourselves a million times. Oh, it's the right idea, it's the wrong idea, oh, it's the right idea, it's the wrong idea. And those first YouTube comments come up and you're like, oh yeah, oh, terrible idea, I hate myself. Then you see people like get it, and it's so glad that you said that, like, traditionally you kind of like don't like those trailers, but there was something about it that just told you that it was the right thing. And I'm so glad we got that, because it was really important.
Oh, I could just smell it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the specific quality was that caused that reaction, but there's something really genuine about the whole affair, and I couldn't shake myself from it.
I'm dead now. This is all on you.
Oh!
I'm way too into that conversation.
Yeah, me too.
That's it. Always deal with the big guys first. Like triage, like this notion of we're going to throw loads of enemies at you at once, and you have to focus and pick which enemy you're going to take out first. It was something that we've taken through all of the battle design as well. It's like, I'm going to throw you a load of easy targets, but I'm also going to throw you that big guy. And it's really interesting. Some people clean up the small guys and then go after the big guy. Some people focus on the big guy and then go after the small enemies. And there's no right answer. There's just the fastest answer. And that's up to the player to bring to the table.
Yeah, I find with these little guys, right, they're gonna get hit just eventually.
Yeah.
And that I might, you know, dismiss them on accident. And I'm okay with that. Oh, I got plenty of time to handle this at least. If this is the last wave. Yeah, I know, Lee.
Okay, I get a chance to come back now. Oh yeah, it's me as well going, oh, you're rubbish. Oh, you're not very good.
This game...
My wife's the worst though. Obviously, she has to listen to me talk all the time. And then the day of release, all I was doing was watching Twitch streams, and she's like, "Oh, I have to listen to you on the couch. I have to listen to you on the TV. How can I get away from your voice?"
Oh, it's really a weird thing to have your voice pipe back at you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. It's I have enough distance from it now that I don't even realize it's me. I just think it's the game. Like even so I'm clearly annoying myself. I'm just like, oh, I did shit. That's terrible. I wish the game didn't tell me I did shit.
I wish I knew that guy's name and address.
Yes, exactly. very, very frightened that someone's just going to be walking behind me one day and I'm going to be slow walking down the escalator or the stairs and they're going to be like, speed up, Brawler! I get it.
You will feel so judged.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh no.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, I'm the wrong guy right now. Sorry, I saved myself, though. I was staring at the wrong Ebba. I don't know how long I was doing something incredibly stupid for, but I was definitely doing it. That's one of those things, though, where, like, I don't want that fixed, like, at all.
Yeah. It's just one of the peculiarities that you sort of have to get used to, and a lot of like if you read a lot of like modern game design, especially sort of like game design blogs, like everyone has an opinion, and it's all taste. There's no right or wrong answer with game design. It's just what a particular person's taste feels that a moment needs at that particular time. Mm-hmm. And so you know, there's always this thing of like, oh, make it easier for the player, make it softer for the player, like chamfer off those edges. And I think there's absolutely good reason to do that. But then it goes back to that case of blandadizing, that kind of made-up word that I have as well.
It's a good word.
Yeah, you don't need to remove all of the hitches, all the splinters. You know, a smooth piece of wood isn't the nicest piece of wood. The nicest piece of wood is the one that's washed up from a beach and has a bunch of crap on one end and is sharp on the other end. You know, or it looks like Cassie's bat and you can hit people in the head with it. Absolutely.
Cassie, of course, has the best taste in wood bats.
Yes, of course. We're looking at some updated skins for the characters of the game. Ooh. And if you like Cassie's bat, some of the ideas we have, one of them I know is making it into the game, and we just cannot wait for it to hit because people are going to go wild.
Is it a fish? I want it to be a fish really badly.
I cannot confirm or deny anything.
Ah, okay. Dangled it in front of me, but it smells fishy. It smells fishy.
So I'm snatching it back. All I'm thinking now is I'm like, oh man, when it's not a fish, everyone's going to be so disappointed.
Oh, we will hold you to it. Us collectively, the internet. Here we go. I got my first tier 4 bit of fancy pants. Oh
yeah, once you're into the tier 4 equipment, you're really starting to cook with gas. It's they're really powerful.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. No, the other one's got a higher attack. I don't really pay attention to a lot of the sub things, like abilities, but at the same time, I understand that a lot of them are really a lot more useful than you probably might think at first glance.
Yeah, you really have to. That's one of those things of like what you're playing the game for. If you're playing the game to experience the story and to just have fun and to pick it up with some friends, then there's one way of playing it. But if you really are looking to get those fast times on the leaderboards, gold everything, and we have a bunch of stuff on the roadmap for the game that increases how you're going to be rated. So we're going to go way past gold, and there's going to be like gold plus, platinum, so on and so forth. But you just can't create those things until you've seen players playing them, because you just don't know if they're going to get the speed. This is about going past what you think you can do. Yeah. The top speed of this game is not at all the game that you're playing in the first half hour.
So I probably only have time left for one more before the drawing circus needs to commence there. But I'm definitely going to play that one more, even if it runs us right up against that time. Because, man, I just want to punch stuff in this game.
Yeah, now you're in Sixpence and Florin's opened up, and I think we just opened the first event in Crown as well. This is where the game becomes really non-linear, and it's much more like a sort of Gran Turismo style experience. You want to go to Crown and fight really difficult elemental enemies, go there. You want to stay in Florin and you want to perfect the sort of barrel and springs and poles and the balletic kind of acrobatics of the game, go there. And if you just want to kind of like min-max and work out what your equipment does and how you can extend your combat, go back to Threepenny and play the new levels there.
That is exactly what we're doing, by the way. I had that thought. Yeah. Oh, you're in my head. Weird.
It's almost like we created the game.
It's almost like this is a bunch of bespoke, well-designed game. Also, Alexis Draws, I see you down there, and I know that you are prepared. And I got 20 more minutes to punch you guys in the face. I know we're running right up against the time. I'm sorry. If you guys want to hop into that room, it's the same one that we got our technical issues worked out in earlier. And that is going to be where we have the Drawing Circus, which is, again, for anybody who's just joining us or is only here for the Speed Brawl content, that is the show that I put on, where I get a couple of unsuspecting illustrators into the room, and I make them draw a series of goofy prompts with nowhere near enough time to do it correctly, or properly, or to anybody's tastes. So it becomes just this, I'm not going to call it obscene mess, but occasionally it gets very cluttered and very exotic. A lot of stylistic decisions get made very rapidly. So I'd be honored if folks join me for that after the show here. And also, consider some Speed Brawl if this looks like a good time to you. Oh, I got in front of Cassie for that one.
Yeah, we nailed that last battle.
Woo! So I've done that Drawing Circus thing so many times that like I was able to nail it and also deliver that speech.
It was very good, very good.
Thank you. You got to figure out that 30-second elevator speech, and I'm trying to not use the phrase Bob Ross's Punch Out.
Oh, I would buy that instantly if that sounds like the perfect sort of. What's the name of the company? It's the Jackbox, isn't it? They make the Jackbox games.
Yeah.
Bob Ross's Punch Out. That is I am all over that.
That is basically what the Drawing Circus is.
Yeah.
But I know that Bob Ross is like still an active intellectual property, and like, you know, somebody has money invested in it, so I'm trying to not like use it too much.
Yeah, it's funny. We always sold the game when we were pitching the game and talking to people about it originally as Sonic the Hedgehog meets Streets of Rage, and it was something like going into the marketing cycles near the end. We were like, "Can we use that? Are we allowed to use that? I'm not sure. Like, does it count as a reference? Does it count as IP?" So we dropped it, and then almost day one, someone on the stream went, yeah, it's kind of like Streets of Rage mixed with a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I was like, great. Now it's a quote from the community, and I can use it legitimately.
I think I might have said something real similar to that.
Someone said something really similar to it, and I was like, oh, okay, great. Now, first of all, brilliant. That's what we set out to make. So clearly we've kind of like hit it, but also, brilliant. I can attribute that quote to someone else and not get sued by Sega.
All right, now my tomorrow's activity goes through, and I need to go and see if I'm the guy that said that. And if so, I'm gonna get like that. I'm gonna get that writer's credit on your promotional page.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, that's me. I did that.
I demand my name on that. Man,
what is it? It's 8:30 now. Should we do one more and then? Oh, actually, we've got the boss, haven't we? Here, let's see if we actually live first.
Yeah, yeah. We got to do the boss round, and then I think I might go down because I have to change over like this OBS settings and everything.
Totally fine.
But like, if you want to like take these last couple of minutes, oops, that's wrong, and just like everything that you didn't get a chance to say, and just like say it.
I honestly, it's so funny, like having been on this it's 3 years of development, and it's actually my first video game. I'm from like film and TV originally, so it's been such a huge learning curve. But to go through that whole process of coming in, joining a team, being on a game, being a part of the cancellation of that game because we didn't quite think we could get the audience to play it, and then it turning into this, and then stepping up and having a creative direction role and taking over the writing responsibilities. It's just been like, you know, a whirlwind, and it's just really cool to have it out there and have people getting the references, understanding the gameplay, because you make so many creative decisions in a total vacuum, and it's just so nice to see them pay off now.
And when it's really successfully done like this, you've got this like wonderful dialogue that goes between us as like the player and the designer. And, you know, on your end, it's hey, was that cool? And my answer was, hey man, did you see that? That was really cool.
Oh, here we go. We got Benny and Crusher.
Oh man, they're two of my least favorite kinds of enforcer.
Yeah, they're really tough. Funnily enough, the two horses in the Double-Stallion logo are named Benny and Crusher, so these are the bosses inspired by those two horses.
I was not aware that they had names, but can we please keep this to Speed Brawl? And
everything has names. It's one of the things that like world building for me and Eric is like super important. We absolutely love it. So that's why there's world building in the item descriptions, the level descriptions, the dialogue. Everything is building towards like this feeling of like, oh yeah, this is a real place. This is a real world that I'm fighting in. Like you'll notice here on the just below my beer at the top, there's a slice of pizza on the floor. I wonder who left that down here in the sewers.
yeah, who wouldn't eat the pizza in this dystopian, like neo-Victorian landscape?
Yeah, there may well be some Victorian era turtles down here ordering pizza.
Oh dang it! Oh dang it!
Oh yeah, we both went down there and hard.
It was a lucky shot.
Yeah, it really was. Oh damn it! No beer. Oh damn! I lost my beer. Okay.
Ah, dang
At
it!
least we know who to.
I too lost my everybody. So you get him, Cassie. You're the best.
Yeah, if ever I needed a cast. Oh.
Oh no! A bug got you.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a ball and chain. It was just a bug.
Okay, and with that death, we should probably call it a night.
Yeah, we should probably wind this
They're going to do
down.
it again. They're going to do it again, and I'm like, oh no, this is terrible. I'm leaving the stream with like 3 defeats in a row. It's not good for my status.
It's all right. You know, after a 3-hour like play marathon, you get to that point where your thumbs get a little sluggish, a little tired, and that's why we're gonna bring things down a little bit and roll into that drawing circus. Man, see that transition? Hot dog. But before you go, I wanted to like extend an open invitation because I know that this game is like fresh out. We are in like what week 2 of its launch.
Yeah, just about week 2, yeah.
And I've got my little Discord community and we've got all that stuff, and I would like you to please like stick around and like stay involved and like let us know your patch notes even. You know, just give us updates.
There's a lot coming. There's I think we've had 2 PC patches so far. There was a 3rd one that went out this Friday, but it had this weird physics bug in it where the physics in the game just went nuts. So we've rolled that back, but it's going to be coming out next week. And then we have console patches for Xbox and PS4 that's going to clean up some of those first week bugs. And our big Switch patch, which, if anyone doesn't know, didn't make it to the Switch on day 1 and basically contains the game's final balancing, final optimizations. We all want to play it on Switch too. It's coming. It'll be there in a few days to a week.
Well, as soon as Nintendo lets us have the full game, the real game on Switch.
Yes, yes.
We'll be coming back to check that out. But for now, I'm going to sign off for right now, and we will be gone like 10 minutes before we come back for that drawing circus. So folks, hang out if you're here for art. If you're here for Speed Brawl, also hang out. Come on, it's been a good show. And we will see you.
Thanks everyone for being in the chat.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.